Hey, you ever hear that adage, measure twice, cut once? Well, in this miter saw stand, I already have a lot of coin invested in materials. So if you're like me, stay tuned. I got a lot of tips and tricks on the continuing saga. So, if you've been following along, I've been making story sticks. I live on these because guess what? I can catch myself when that mistake is going to happen or if it's going to happen. So layout is everything. So today we're going to make a third story stick because we have to start ripping and cross-cutting and grooving our material for our drawer stock. I have so many videos planned for this build, so it's going to be a long process this fall, so be patient with us. So if you remember in that initial miter saw stand design video we did, I said I wanted to maximize that space in there for storage, but someone said, Sedge, in the comments, which I asked for, how much storage do you need? And I went, and I want to do shallow drawers because I hate pulling stuff up and it's underneath, so I want to do shallow drawers. But someone made a comment, he goes, Sedge, every time I've built shallow drawers, and a lot of them, I've always needed a deeper drawer at the bottom. So that's what I'm going to do. I picked my drawer slides. I'll go way into this in another video, but I picked Sedgeley Progressa slides undermount for all of it because I'm going to tell you right now, I needed 24 pairs of these because I got 24 drawers. So it's a daunting task, but I'm up for it. So let's get started. So my original benchmark story stick, I went and looked at it. I went, oh, inside dimension here of cabinet is 636 millimeters. So I cut a piece for my new story stick that's exactly 636, and it's a tight fit, but that's what I want. Now I could take this and decide what size drawers, how many, and my spacing on it. So we'll go over here and do a little layout and make our new story stick. Okay, so when I started doing layout yesterday, I started thinking, what somebody made a comment in the first video, Sedge, what are you actually going to store in all those drawers? And boy, what great food for thought everybody gave me. So I started thinking, well, I'm going to be getting rid of a new plane till. So I started thinking, okay, laying my hand planes. I guess that 4-inch drawer stock, this is enough room here. I'm going to go with that for my shallower drawers. And of course, I'm going to have Kaizen foam in there. I started thinking about some of these pieces. Remember, they're going to be deep. I'll go through all the measurements in a few minutes. And I thought, wow, laying them sideways, I'll have plenty of room. So what I decided to do was go with initially 4-inch or 100 millimeter. I'm going to be doing a lot of this in metric. It's easier for my brain. Okay, the depth of my cabinets are 600 millimeter. And I needed to choose the right undermount slide for depth because I want to maximize my depth. And as I started to look at my spacing, I wanted to keep it easy. So I started looking at the schematics from Sedgeley on the Progressa. And all of that information is right there. It's super easy. But what I needed was the spacing I needed between drawers. Now, I could do 2 drawers in there and not care about the spacing because I'm going to have drawer fronts on there. It's going to be a full overlay system. But I wanted to, I keep saying it, maximize or get close to maximizing my drawer system. So I just took a number that I've used in the past and I'm going to allow 15 millimeters between drawers. And you'll see how I lay it out and you'll see how I got all my measurements. So first thing I'm going to do, real simple, is I'm going to label this is the top of my story stick and this is the bottom. So what I'm going to do is do my first layout at 15 millimeters from the top and from the bottom. So remember, my largest drawer will be determined on the 3 layouts of the 100mm stock I'm going to use. So I'll just start here and do my layout. There's 100, and I'll just come in here and lay this out. Then I'm going to do 15mm again and do my layout. That way there, I will have 4 drawers in each cabinet. So what I always do is I just make sure I label all my increments. Even though it's repetitive, it just is good for my brain. And I will tell you, this comes in real helpful. Now, I can determine the size of my bottom drawer because I need to rip that stock today. So I'm just going to take this out, do a quick measurement, and lo and behold, there it is. 260mm. So if you punch that into your calculator, that's about 10 and a little over 10 inches, or about 10 and a, let's see, 10 and 3/16. So there's my story stick. This is what I'm going to suggest, because this is exactly what I did. And if you're like me, when I start a build, I wake up in the middle of the night and go, I wonder if I calculated that in there. I wonder if I calculated that in there. So last night I woke up. That's my second story stick. The power of editing, right? The power of videos. But this was my original. And I thought I was going to be all that because I want to do a really shallow drawer here and then do 3 100mm and do 170mm down there. I was going to do 30 drawers. But I said, man, that's overkill for me. Okay, I need that deeper drawer. And the other thing I didn't calculate, I came down at 3 in the morning. Sunday morning, I came down and I went, oh, I didn't calculate for my space here, my compensation here. It would have been too tight. It would have been okay, but it would have been too tight. So that's why I laid out that additional 15mm, okay, right here. And I went down to 3 100mm drawers, 4-inch drawers, and a 10-inch drawer. All right, so that's one of those things that I will tell everybody. Design can be fluid, but it also you should walk away sometimes, because if you seem a little confused in your measurements, take a few minutes and walk away and then come back with fresh eyes. And selecting my Sedgeley slides and making sure I cut my material correctly. I took a quick measurement to the back of the nailer and I selected 21-inch slides. So it's right here, and this will be I got a check mark here. That's my Bible. They're 533mm. Once again, get familiar with all of these measurements in here. It has drilling patterns if you use the 32mm hole system. One of the things I want to make sure you get when you look at some of this is it's all based on your cabinet that you're building. You can get these for face frame and also frameless, but I'm choosing the frameless models, of course, because that's all I build. I think it's a lot easier. Get familiar with these schematics and stay with the brand. Like I used to be with another couple of brands, and I finally settled on Sedgeley, and I'll go over that when we're doing the setting up the mounts on here. So remember in the first video when I was doing the design, I wrote everything down, what I wanted, and then I went and retyped it. Same thing with the math involved with this. I already know it's easy. I got a story stick. I need a lot of drawer box stock ripped. That's the height of my drawers at 100mm. Pretty simple, okay? But I'll cover how many of those sticks I need. And then I need to rip a bunch at 260. So write it down, type it up, and then go over quite a few times. I usually measure 15 times and try to cut once. So we got height and we got depth. Depth is easy. It's 21 inches or 533mm. But what we have to do is calculate the width. And it's pretty easy with undermounts. Almost every brand I've used with undermounts, it's the inside cabinet. So we know that the inside cabinet is 400 millimeters, okay, from here to here. So you take your inside measurement and you subtract 42. That's all over these schematics, and that'll give you your measurement to cut what? Your fronts and backs of your drawer stock, the inside dimension. So I wasn't kidding, I write it all down and type it so I have it in my head to give you the right information. 400 millimeters minus 42 is my inside dimension, but it's actually the rails, the front and backs are cut at 358 millimeters. So we got 533 millimeter pieces and 358 millimeter pieces. We got them in 100 millimeter heights and 260 heights. And it's pretty simple once you go from there. So the key to all of this is don't get overwhelmed when you're doing your measuring. This could be daunting, and especially this build, because there's 24 drawers. If you think about it, that's 96 pieces that I have to join and put together. We have to groove them, we have to rip them. So the material I selected, I wanted to make sure I had enough. And if we remember the measurements, it's 100 millimeter rips. Okay, so if I come over here and do this, a 4x8 piece of Baltic birch, 12 millimeter or half-inch material for drawer box. That's 1200 right here. So I get some kerf material left over. So I'll get, out of that, if my calculation's right, I'll get 12 pieces, right? At 100 millimeters, it's 1,200 millimeters. Okay, but this is what I need, because each drawer needs what? 4 pieces, that's 2 sides and a back and front. So in my head, I'm going, okay, that works out to roughly 6 foot of material. I'm gonna say it in imperial for you, but I know it's 1,782 millimeters that I need for each drawer box. The height doesn't matter at this moment. So let me think this out. I need 8, I'm gonna have some left over, but I wanted to make sure I had enough material, and I had to buy 3 sheets of this for drawer box. And I need 18 at 100 millimeter rips. This is how my brain works. I know I'll have some left over, okay? And I need 6 at 260 millimeters or 10 inch. So right there, with my calculations, I wanted to have enough on hand, so I went and bought this Baltic birch material. And you know, when I say I've been around a long time, boy, have prices gone up. So I didn't want to make any mistakes. That's why I write everything down and I verify, and a lot of the times I walk away. I want fresh eyes on this. So what I'm gonna do is just keep going and ripping on this. What I'm gonna do is, so I don't cut into the bottom sheet, I'm gonna put these stickers in to elevate me above. I usually just put 4 in there, and that should suffice. Perfection. Whoop, 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 whoop. Hey, I don't want to bore you with all the ripping I got to do, so we're going to end the video here. This is our material prep. Hopefully all the measurements made sense to you. I know I did a lot of it in metric. Make sure to get yourself a story stick to work off of. One of the things I forgot to tell you is get yourself a Calculated Industries Construction Master 5, because the conversions are real easy. Makes a lot of sense. Write everything down, type it up, make sure you measure twice and cut once. So, as we always say in the SedgeTool shop, be positive, stay sharp, and we mean wicked sharp.